We're in with Gojira in the fucking studio. So again, we're very excited that you're here because we really like Gojira in Israel. I don't know if you understand what's going to happen tomorrow in the show. Like, people really like you here.
It's a risk. You're taking a risk.
We'll see. So we're here with Joe Duplantier or something like that.
That's very good. Yeah,
I
like
try
the
my
accent.
best. I try my best. The lead vocalist Mario Duplantier, which is the same thing, right? Which is the drummer, and we have Christian Andrew.
Yeah, it's correct.
Guitarist, and Jean-Michel Labedi.
Yeah,
Labedi,
exactly.
oh,
Yeah.
muy bien.
Perfect.
Just lying. I don't believe them. It's not perfect. No way.
So, yeah. Well, first question about France, actually. About French. Why do you write letters and you don't pronounce them?
Yeah, it's true. Like
Pêcheur.
no, it's true. It's true.
Yeah.
For example, bonne journée. You know, most people from around the world they will read bonne. Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, we have
It's
brands,
true.
we have like cars, Renault, Peugeot.
I don't know. It's
what's
typically
going on
French. It's if you see this rule, you will understand a lot about French culture.
Mhm.
It's very complex and sophisticated. Since the
But
Middle Age.
then
No,
you
but
do it
it's
the
in-
other way. But you also do it the other way. You take big words and you only pronounce some of it, like baguette. What about the
Baguette.
T's?
Like
Paris
The T's at the end.
croissant. What's going on there? And also, it's like, if I want to speak French, I'll just speak English and I'll make it like, I don't know, like some word like specific would be spécifique. I don't know. Anyways, that's about French. Now, what we wanted to know about, Gojira, actually, is we want to start a little bit from, like, early stages, embryonic stages, and the concept of Gojira as a band, it's a whole different thing for us. Not only lyrically wise, with all the global warming and all the things that there are, the environmental stuff, which is very different than other bands, but the sound of it is something that either we didn't encounter or we saw it in some other band. Was it your plan to make this kind of monster, or did it evolve?
We never had a plan, I remember exactly the feeling when we started. It was we just wanted to jam and play Metallica songs and Sepultura songs and enjoy ourselves, And one day we started to record demos, and we did 1 demo, 2, 3, 4. Nowadays bands don't do that anymore. They right away they have a Facebook page and a
Release it
haircut.
to iTunes.
And then they released an album. We're old school, So we come from a time where, it was like a dream to be famous, like beyond dream. Like we were not thinking about this. And it was never a motivation. We just wanted to play music. And then we started to play shows, and it worked with the people. We never had to fight to convince the people to like our band. It was there from the beginning. Even if it was like 5 people, they were going crazy. Yeah, you know what I mean? We felt that, and that helped us, to go on always. And we do this very naturally. So we never really, same thing for the sound, man. We never, it was never a plan to sound like this or like that. It just came naturally, organically.
But before you got the crowd responses, did you listen to what you were doing and you were like, this is something that's gonna get big?
The most important things when you are a band is you have to love your music. So we were a big fan of our music, but we kept this secret, But between us, we told all the time we love our music, we love our composition. So we knew the music we did was good for us. So that's the point.
When people in Israel come out with new groups right now, they always look at the bands that succeeded from Israel. It's like, you can do it in Israel, okay? Did you had these bands in France that you felt maybe you can follow them?
Not really. Mm-hmm. No, not only there was no French band successful outside of France, but also we were not even part of a group of bands.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
like there's all these scenes that emerge in places in
Exactly.
the world, like Sweden and Norway. And
Yeah,
Yeah.
and in France there were some places like Paris, of course, Lyon. There was a hardcore scene, and Marseille. There was, I don't know, punk, Mediterranean scene.
Some garbage, yes.
I don't know. I have no idea, because at the time, you know, there was no internet, and so we would trade demos through mail with flyers, you know, handmade flyers and stuff. And we were also communicating with bands from Turkey and from England, but just, you know, on the mail with a tape and a bunch of flyers. And but we were not part of the group. Means we were in the countryside with no one around. No other
that's what's
bands.
really interests me, because like always when I look on like new waves of things, it always comes in groups. It's like the Bay Area thrash metal,
Exactly.
the Norwegian black metal.
Yeah.
It's always like a group of bands that are like doing this, and these guys like, hey, that's nice, I'm gonna do this, and then they're like, no, we're gonna be more heavy, and then they just form something together, and then some band come from France with this sound, which is like nothing else. And for me, I don't know, a lot of people when I say this thing is like, no, it's not related. For me, I find in the sound a lot of like Meshuggah, because it's like a machine. When I listen to Gojira, it's like, I know that you're playing it, and I saw you live, but it sounds like it's fucking machine, but in a good way. Like
That's great.
like very accurate, and I feel it also when I listen to Meshuggah. So for me, it's like that. But it's like, you know, you took some little things from other places, but to see a band that comes and does it by its own, it's very special.
Well, what you know, I think the sound that we have that is so personal and maybe new, I don't know, it's probably because of that, because we were, you know, probably the only French metal band that had a ticket out of the country, and also we were like in the countryside, and on top of being on the countryside, we were also outside of the small town we were living in. Means we were living in a house in the middle of a forest, and didn't have so many interactions with local cultural, you know, things going on. Like people play rugby, and they hunt, and they do all these things. And I know that for Mario and me, at least, where we grew up, and it became our headquarter. So that's where our music was born, with Christian and Jean-Michel as well. We were together since the beginning, but it was something, the surroundings were very inspiring. We're in the forest, close to the ocean. Our mom is American, our dad is a painter. So they were kind of different a little bit, so we were not mixed with the people in town, not because we didn't want to, but it just happened like that. So probably that helped for the sound that is very personal.
So what you are saying is, if I want my kid to be a professional artist, okay, I need to put him in a dungeon
In the cellar.
in the middle of the forest. Disconnect him from the internet, of course, and from everything else, and just play all day long. You've been playing all day long, like practicing day and night? Like,
well, we were going to school, so it was, you know, after school. But
what age
if you
did
do
you
that
start?
to your kid, he will turn into a freak, probably, like we did.
It's okay, I don't
But
care.
there's no
If
guarantee.
you've been a big band, it's okay.
Okay, so we spoke a little bit about the Meshuggah connection, and also you've been touring with Devin Townsend, which I really like, and I actually started to like him when I saw your show, and he was opening up for you, and it was like so surreal. All the video image there, it's like crazy. You feel like you're on drugs, even if you're like totally not. It was crazy, and I really enjoyed it. And you actually collaborated with Devin Townsend and with Meshuggah as Frederick Tortendal on your song of Blood and Salt, and that was only in an EP. It wasn't released.
We did release a song. You know, we talked about Sea Shepherd Conservation Society, who is a organization working to try to save the oceans, because the oceans are dying. I think everybody knows that, and so many different species are disappearing. And there's a lot of international laws that are voted for years and years, but there's no enforcement for these laws. So people do whatever they want on the oceans. Basically, they take the whales and the sharks, and they destroy the landscape underwater, and these guys decided that's enough, and they're going out on the sea and do some stuff, and we just, very simply, we just wanted to put the spotlight on them a little bit, you know, as you're in a band or you're an artist and you start to be successful, at some point you feel like a responsibility to do something.
To give back or to
exactly, you know. So we decided to make a song. At first it was just a song, and we did record actually 4 songs in the end, but just one was released so far. And it was released in a magazine in UK. There was no money involved, nothing, but we just wanted to talk about this. And we called Devin Townsend and Frederick of Meshuggah, and they said, yeah, we want to participate. You know, the idea was to bring names, and we did this song together, and it went so well that we became good friends. So that was cool to be in touch with Meshuggah and Devin, and so we stayed friends. And then we toured with Devin. We would love to tour with Meshuggah as soon as possible. And
also, Randy Blythe was in there.
Sorry?
Randy Blythe was also in there in that project, in the EP.
Yes. He actually recorded a part, but that's on one of the songs that was never released.
Never released.
It's
so
gonna
why don't you just release it? It sounds really great.
That's a horrible question.
Okay. So we'll skip it. And
But it's for the environment.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there. We did. The goal was
It's for the trees.
No, but the
for the trees, for the
very
ocean.
good. You listen very well. I can see. We the idea was to talk about this and this big problem that we have as a humanity, and people still focus on what about the EP? Okay, it will come, but the most important for us was to really talk about this problem, and it's working because people ask us about it, and they go see this organization and they give $5, $100. You know what I mean? Like it's helping.
Take some money out.
Anyways, we're gonna listen to that song that was released of Blood and Salt by Gojira with Frederick Jordan and Devin Townsend from the EP. Can I call it an EP? Yes.
It's an EP.
It is an EP.
The unreleased EP that will come out. Maybe we don't know
One day,
what's
maybe.
going on with it. Cannot speak about it, but we will try again later. Maybe. Let's do it.